Hey guys, I just wanted to say really quick before we get into your little story with Baekhyun that I know that this is uploaded late. It is not week 2 anymore, it's week 3, but it is a week 2 story. But I was in a really bad car accident a few days ago and I just felt better enough to upload it now. So please forgive me, happy holidays, and as always, thank you so much for everyone who watches my videos and the support. I love you, bye! Let's read K-pop fanfic. Holiday Countdown, Week 2. 12 Days of Miracles in December. An EXO fanfiction by Blueboicegirl. Narrated by Ren Baek. Happy holidays, and I hope you enjoy. Story 3. Baekhyun. Ugh, why am I even coming along with you? I have better things to do than to attend your silly gatherings hosted by some stupid guy I don't even know. Your friend complained loudly as you dragged her to the dorm the party was hosted at. I mean, are we even allowed out right now? Is it past curfew? She continued to complain. Well, for your information, the party is so that you can get a boyfriend, and I can get a boyfriend as well, as to increase our social group. Plus, it's fun to be out after curfew. Break a few rules, you know? You grinned mischievously at her. And some of our other friends are already there. Come on. Okay, then tell me, why am I dressed like this? Your friend stopped, making you turn back and look at her. You had decided to dress her up a bit, as she was only wearing sweats, and that did not look nice at all. You had cringed, and then forcefully dragged her to your room, where you promptly stripped her despite her squeals and dressed her in a much more presentable manner. You dressed her in a black blouse with lace around the shoulders, knee-length dark blue capris, and a pair of matching black flats. You rolled your eyes at her. Sheesh. You look so much better though. And come on, it is a party. You smiled triumphantly when she reluctantly walked beside you as the two of you headed to the neighboring dorm. Ooh, aren't you excited? You asked her suddenly. What? She looked at you as if you had turned into a frog. Are you serious? No, I'm not. And on Christmas, of all days. Aw, trust me though, there will be hot guys there to sweep you off your feet. You laughed, twirling around. Ugh, I swear to God, she's going crazy. She's mad. Your friend only groaned and muttered something about you going mad. At the party, everyone had gathered into a circle, sitting cross-legged on the floor. It was considerably large, with at least 15 people playing, and the circle had taken up most of the floor space. You were the only people left in the room. Others had left earlier, saying they needed to sleep or were too drunk to stay any longer, and some had gone off to who knows where. You were literally bouncing, because it had been a while since you played Spin the Bottle. Your friend sat to the left, and a guy sat to your right. Your other girlfriends were sitting opposite of you, giggling away like hyenas every time a guy looked at them. See? See? What did I tell you? This is stupid. Your friend whispered into your ear. You only shrugged and rubbed your hands eagerly when one of the guys cleared their throats. So, do you all know how to play? He asked. You watched him. He was one of the more good-looking guys who had stayed behind for this game, and you elbowed your friend. What? She mouthed. You pointed your chin at him, and she looked. You chuckled when you saw how she stared at him. He was just her type, good-looking, wearing suitable casual wear that screamed preppy and smart, and hair that wasn't dyed in bright colors. He was making your friend drool. When everybody nodded after the question, the game began. Okay, once it lands on you, introduce yourself, since there are some newbies here. He looked around the circle, though his gaze lingered a little longer on your friend. All right, who wants to go first? Or should we play rock, paper, scissors to decide. He asked everyone. I'll go. One of the guys that sat next to him on the right raised his hand and was given the bottle. It is a beer bottle, though you hadn't had any. He spun it in the center, and the bottle span quickly, before slowing to a stop on another guy. He introduced himself. Hey, I'm Matt, and chose Dare. The guy who had spun the bottle made him sing and dance to SNSD I Got a Boy, to everyone's amusement. The game continued until it was your turn to spin the bottle. You span it, making sure to spin it extra hard. It slowed to a stop, pointing at the boy who sat opposite of you. He smiled shyly and said, I'm Baekhyun. Dare, please? You grinned and clapped your hands once. All right. What should I dare you to do? You asked. Anything is fine, he said, and sat up a little straighter. You tilted your head to the side and tapped a knuckle on your chin slowly. Oh, I know. I dare you to… Wait! One of the other girls shouted. Kiss! 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 She chanted, and soon everybody joined in. Kiss! 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 There had already been a few dares to kiss. Boy and boy, girl and boy, girl and girl, though most just kissed each other's cheek and turned away blushing. You held up your hand, telling them to shush. Shh, I already had another dare in mind. And why kiss? There's already been a number of people who have done a variation of that dare. You frowned, crossing your arms. Then how about a French kiss? Another girl challenged. What? Why? You didn't want to do that. As in front of everybody. Not because you didn't like the guy, Baekhyun. I mean, he was certainly your type of guy. Okay. Hey. Baekhyun held up a hand, trying to stop everyone from speaking. I have an opinion too, you know. Yeah, you shouted, taking this opportunity to decline the dare. So, what do you think? He lifted his shoulder. Actually, I don't really mind. He trailed off and looked away. You could bet that he was blushing right about now. Okay, whatever. Actually, I have a better dare, you said and pointed at the light switch. Dance using that. All of his friends laughed loudly, and you looked confused for a moment before one of them spoke up. Ha ha ha! That guy has already done something like that before. Really? You were surprised and clapped happily. Then please show us. Baekhyun groaned and got up slowly. He was reluctant to do this again. Last time he did it, his own friends had filmed him, and he was beyond embarrassed after rewatching the video. He did not want to do this again and humiliate himself. Do I have to? Yes! Everyone shouted and cheered. Well, you shrugged. You chose dare. He huffed and stood by the light switch, his right hand resting on it. The music began playing, and he glared at everyone before dancing. It was even more hilarious than you thought, and you mentally patted your back on a good dare. It was time for you to leave, and you looked around for your friend. Everyone was picking up their belongings, and you peered around, trying to find her. But it seemed like she had conveniently left you alone. Well, maybe she left with that guy? You muttered to yourself as you put on your cardigan that you had left by the door. You checked your phone for any messages, but there weren't any. You sighed and you turned to leave. At the same time, Baekhyun was also about to leave, and the two of you tried to let the other go first before he stopped and waved you to go first. You nodded and exited the room, turning to see that he was following you. You frowned and walked a bit more before turning again and seeing he was still behind you. With a playful smile, you walked up to him. He had his head bent down against the cold, tucking his chin into the collar of his coat with his hands in his pocket. So, you had to bend down a little to peer into his face. "Hey," you greeted. Baekhyun jumped a little, startled at your sudden appearance. "You're not following me, right?" you asked. "Huh? What? No." He shook his head, and his cheeks became a little pinker. "Maybe he's just cold," you dismissed. "So, you're going this way?" You gestured at the direction you were going. He nodded. "Yeah. Are you going this way too?" "Mm-hmm. Shall we go together?" you asked, and decided to be brave, looped your arm around his. You might as well use this chance to get a boyfriend. He looked shocked for a moment before tucking his chin back into the collar of his coat. Secretly, he was smiling and pleased that he had gained your attention, but hid this behind his coat. He liked the feeling of your arm around his, and he decided to speak up a little more. Do you want to get some air?" You had been too caught up in rejoicing that Baekhyun hadn't recoiled from you, and you looked up at him. "Oh, okay," you answered a little too quickly. The both of you sat on a bench, looking up at the dark sky. It was way past midnight by now, and you yawned a little, shivering when the wind blew against you. Baekhyun felt you shiver and held a breath before pulling you a little closer. Are you cold?" No, it's okay." You smiled at him. It was silent once again, slightly awkward as you didn't know what to say. You felt a movement beside you and peeked at him. You hadn't realized that his face was barely a few centimeters away, and so you nearly bumped his forehead. "Merry Christmas," he said suddenly. He was smiling at you, his mouth forming a rectangle, and you smiled back. He looks cute smiling like that, you thought. He leaned closer and pressed his lips to yours quickly, too quickly for you to process before he turned away, hiding his blush. "Merry Christmas to you too," you replied slowly, and hesitantly held his hand, squeezing lightly. "Yes," you thought. "I guess I did get myself a boyfriend." I hope you enjoyed week 2 of our K-pop fanfic holiday countdown. What present would you get for your bias? Follow me and the author below. Week 3 will be Christmas with Chin and Chapter 1 of a BTS holiday fic. Don't miss it. Please like and subscribe. Happy holidays, and I hope I'll see you next time.